Yo, what do everybody? I'm Martin. Hope you're having a good day. Gun Interactive just had a live stream talking about some big changes that's coming to Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the upcoming patch on February 6th. So about 2.5 weeks until we get all these upcoming changes I'm about to talk about. But they also showed us new content like new skins, the next map we're getting, and they also talked a little bit about the next victim and family members and a whole bunch more content. And all the new content that they mentioned will be coming to us within the next 3 months. So let's get into all the juicy details right now. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell icon so you don't miss anything on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's get it. Alright, first we're going to get into all the new changes and buffs and nerfs that's coming in this next patch on February 6th. And then after that, we're going to transition over to all the new content like the execution, skins, maps, and all that good stuff. Alright, so for the patch on February 6th, we got over 150 fixes that's coming. Now we're just going to go ahead and talk about the bigger stuff. And one of those is Danny's instant study. So changes to Danny's level 3 instant study is currently a fix in testing. Now we do have more details about this from the live stream they did today. So what they did is that Danny can't instant study an object and then tamper that object. So for example, if Danny instant studies the generator, he then cannot tamper the generator. So again, if you want to tamper the fuse box, you have to get the knowledge from like the generator or something else, and then you can go back to the fuse box and tamper it. Another thing they changed about Danny is, let's say you walk up to the generator, right? It'll now have 2 prompts of saying, do you want to tamper this or do you want to inspect this? Because how it is now, to tamper with something, you have to inspect it first. But that will be no longer the case. You can decide which one you want to do, either tamper or inspect it. But again, if you instant inspect it, you can no longer tamper it. Again, this only applies for the level 3 instant study ability on Danny. So if you have level 1 or level 2, then you can inspect it and then still tamper it. I believe that's how it works. Another thing they changed is that when you're applying the knowledge, and you know how the yellow bar just fills up, you can just instantly get out of that animation and just start running away. Well, now Danny is stuck in that animation and he has to wait until that yellow bar fills up, and then you're free to go pretty much. Alright, there you have it. Now the next big change is about the grappling. Grapple tuning. Family will no longer be able to instantly execute victims while they are in a grapple with another family member. But what will happen now is that second family member that's behind you can attack that victim that's in the grapple animation and take damage over time. They're calling it chip damage, so now you won't die instantly from one swing. You can get hit multiple times if your health bar allows it. This is kind of a buff to the victim's grappling because it's more safe now to get into grapples depending on your health. Don't get me wrong, you can still get one shot from a grapple if your health is super duper low. But hey, if you're rocking empowered and you're in the grappling, taking some hits from another family member, you can just get your health back after you finish that grapple, and then you can get into another grapple with that other family member and then get even more health when you finish with them. Honestly, this might be kind of broken. Alright, the next thing we got here is that Leatherface will now destroy objects faster. So yes, they took some time off from cutting barricades down, and I do believe they said they take off 2 seconds. Alright, next one, Grandpa perk saved. Changing out your Grandpa perk will save your loadout. That's nice. Missing fuse box found. Fuse box can now be seen in Johnny's shack on the Nancy's house while using family focus. Nice change. Next one, Slippery missing. Slippery has found its way back to Danny's skill tree. Now I've actually noticed this one myself. I've seen the Slippery perk in Danny's loadouts, but when you try to unlock it in the skill tree, it's nowhere to be found, man. I tried like 50 million times. So now in this next update, Danny will have Slippery. Next one is Family Trapped No More. Exploit where victims could entrap family players is being addressed. Alright, this next one's a big one. We got some perks that are being changed for both family and victims. So 2 of the victim perks that are being changed are Bomb Squad and Choose Flight. Those are heavy hitters. And 2 of the family perks that are being changed are Easily Tuckered Out and Confusing Mechanic. Now these are not the only 4 perks that are being changed in this upcoming update. There's going to be plenty more perks that's going to be changed and fixed along this update, but these are the ones that they just talked about on the live stream. So first let's talk about the family perks. Easily Tuckered Out. So if you don't know what this perk is, I have it on screen right now. Level 1, level 2, level 3, your attacks does 20% less damage, level 2 is 35, and level 3 is 50% less damage. What they've done is they nerfed this perk. So level 1, it's 10% less stamina, level 2 is 25% less stamina, and level 3 is 40% less stamina. Now the second half of the perk where it says the stamina regeneration rate is 40% slower, I believe all that is staying the same. Now the second perk they talked about is Confusing Mechanic. What this one does is after turning on a generator, it takes 15 seconds longer than usual for victims to disable it. But now this perk will work for the fuse box and the valve tank. Alright, now for the victim perks, we got Choose Flight and Bomb Squad. Choose Flight is kind of getting like a complete rehaul. So what it does now is that you have 3 full charges of getting your stamina back, right? But they changed it so that level 1, you only get 50% of your stamina back. Level 2, you get 75% of your stamina back. And level 3, you get 100% of your stamina back. And not just that, you will only have 1 charge. So no matter what level you're on, level 1, level 2, or level 3 of the perk, you will only have 1 charge. But again, if you're like at level 1 of the perk or level 2 or level 3, you'll get 50%, 75%, or 100% stamina back once you use that charge. You know what I mean? And now for Bomb Squad, they completely changed this one too, kind of. Now this perk will have charges depending on the perk level. So level 1, you will have 1 bomb squad charge. Level 2, you have 2 charges. And level 3, you have 3 charges. So now what that means is that if you have the perk at level 3, you will have 3 charges, right? Which means you can only disable 3 traps, and then that's it. The perk is gone. Level 1, you can only disable 1 trap, and that's it. The perk is gone, and so on and so forth. So those are the changes for those perks. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And again, those are just some of the perks they went over, and there's going to be lots more perks that will be changed in this upcoming update. Our next change we have here is instant start for Leatherface. Players with the level 3 instant start will now start their chainsaw faster. So basically what they said on the live stream is once you start that chainsaw with the 1 pull, there will be no animation after that. I'm pretty sure you can just start swinging right after you start the chainsaw, which I think is a really good change to his level 3 ability, is actually making it more instant. All right, next one, Poison Claws. We saw this coming. Nancy's Poison Claws getting a nerf. Next one, thicker blood trails. Blood trails will now be thicker like on all platforms, but not as much how it used to be on consoles, but it'll be thicker than it is now. All right, that's basically all the new changes that they talked about in the live stream that's coming up on February 6th. Now they will be dropping the full patch notes once we're closer to that date of release. But now let's switch over to the good stuff, all the new content that's going to be coming within the next 3 months. Now all the new content I'm about to talk about is going to be scattered within the next 3 months. All right, first thing we're getting really soon is execution packs. New execution packs for the whole family members, Cook, Hitchhiker, Sissy, Leatherface, and all that good stuff. They didn't really go into details about some of these things, but we're just getting it within the next 3 months. The next stuff to talk about is weapon skins. We're getting weapon skins for the family. This is kind of cool. I'm excited to see what the Cook will be holding now in his hand instead of just a red broomstick. And they also said that they will be giving weapon skins to the smaller weapons as well, like the Hitchhiker's blade and Sissy's blade. Everyone's getting weapon skins. And one of the bigger things they talked about is that we will be getting a new victim and new family member. Now for these new characters, we will have to wait like the full 90 days, they pretty much said, but they did say they will be revealing them like with trailers and teasers and stuff like that. So now we're gonna move on to like more of the free content. All that stuff I just mentioned, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to pay for, but the free stuff. Now these are some bangers. We got some bangers in here. First up, we got Shirtless Johnny skin right here, baby. Take a quick look here. He's got some scars on his skins. He has like a white t-shirt or a white rag, whatever you want to call it, hanging from the side of his pants. And yeah, a lot of people have been asking for this, so hey, can't wait till we get this, hopefully very soon. Another cool thing they talked about is a new skin for Sissy. Now we don't have any screenshots for this, but they talked about it. But this skin is a bride Sissy skin. That's right, a Sissy in a wedding gown, yo. Oh, now that's some heat right there, boy. I'm excited for this skin. She's gonna be like in an all white dress, and after you get a couple kills, you're gonna have freaking blood splats all over that white dress, and it's gonna look beautiful, man. One bummer part about this skin is that we won't be able to see her dirty feet anymore. But very excited about the skin. Again, these 2 skins will be free.
Bride Sissy. So it'll be Sissy in a wedding gown, in a very twisted. You'll see. We'll be revealing some images of that pretty soon. So again, stay tuned to us. But there was something about that really drew in. I think Ronnie was really fascinated with that juxtaposition of this weird twisted person donning the look of being in love, but yet maybe has never really tasted it, and this idea of evil and what seems like wearing something that felt more angelic because of the white and the wedding dress and that kind of thing. So yeah, you'll be seeing Bride Sissy coming, and it's free.
Now here is a look at the new map. Woo-wee! This map is called The Mill. Exciting stuff. Again, this is free, and this map's gonna be like more elevated. Like there's gonna be a whole bunch of layers, like first floor, second floor, third floor, fifth floor, stuff like that. And they also talked a little bit more about the map, so take it away.
Whoa, Rob
Ladies
was
and
just
gentlemen,
like, boom, right
jumping
into it.
right into The Mill.
Basically, still in development. Visuals not final.
Yeah, very much still in. We haven't done our beauty pass and things like that yet on this. Reason why we wanted to show you this is just to give you an idea of how different this is compared to every other map we have in the game. This game has far more verticality than you've experienced yet in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's actually 4 playable levels of verticality in this, from basement, mid-floor, second floor, third floor, and then you also have a dry creek bed that once you get down in that, like the depth of that versus the height of this, of the tippy top playable space, is pretty significant. It's nothing like you've played so far, which creates some unique gameplay that we haven't seen either, where getting trapped into that mill and moving vertically instead of horizontally throughout the game space, it does create some unique gameplay that we haven't seen yet. And I think we saw a tiny taste of that with Nancy's house. Another thing to point out is this is an abandoned sawmill. So when we say mill, we're talking about a sawmill like where logging work would take place. But it's abandoned, which is why it's all, in bad shape and disrepair. And you can see the gaps in that building, in the woodwork is rotting and sort of falling away. It creates unique lighting inside that building, which we will be in the near future be putting out images of what it looks like inside as well. So be on the lookout for that.
The Sawmill, baby. Can't wait to play on this map. All right, now the last thing we got is the museum mode. This is also coming within the 90 days. And this is basically like a little mini store mode. If you play the virtual cabin mode in Friday the 13th, it's going to be similar to that. So you're just going to be walking around in the family house map, discovering some things, reading some things that they did in a movie, behind the scenes, and also behind the scenes in the game and stuff like that. And you can also discover like secret passageways and discover the lore about the game and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. And I'm pretty sure this is also going to be a free mode. And yeah, that's pretty much everything they talked about in the live stream. So again, all the new gameplay changes that we talked about, like Danny nerf, the grappling changes, instant start to Leatherface, thicker blood on the floor, poison claws nerf for Nancy, all that changes is coming on February 6th. 2.5 more weeks. And then all the new content we talked about, like the new executions, weapon skins, cosmetics for the family, the museum mode, new playable victim and new playable family member, the new map, new Sissy and Johnny skin, all that stuff is coming within the 90 days. But I'm pretty sure the new playable family member and the new playable victim will be more towards the end of the 90-day period. You know what I mean? Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're informed about all the new upcoming changes and stuff like that. If you enjoyed, drop me a like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified every time we upload a brand new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have a good one. I will see you in the next one. Peace.